So, hi everybody. This is your stay-at-home grandma, and I'm making my Sunday one-pot meal. Sorry that I did not give you all the information about the chicken nuggets the way I was supposed to be making without bringing, but I got to her show after, but I go to urgent care because my knees swelled up the size of two footballs. Anyway, chicken's already parboiled in the chicken broth. I used these are more than enough shells, little teeny shells. They're in here. They're going in after I put everything else in. Okay, so first I'm going to put in the peas. I have a can of peas. You can put in your own vegetables. You can put in your own vegetables. You can, things that, this is going in my cookbook, but things that I have read and things like that, and I have looked up and things like that, they usually use canned vegetables, but you can use, like if you've got like leftover string beans and stuff like that, it's kind of like a stew, but on top, it's not in a crock pot. It's just on top of the stove. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? So we put in the green peas. Okay, now you can use cream of chicken soup. You can use cream of mushroom soup. But that's what's going on. I got cream of chicken soup. I feel like digging through that closet. So when it says cream, I said, that's it. How you doing, Tiffany? What's up? Now there's 4 chicken thighs in here. You can use chicken breast. I don't like chicken breast that much, but other people do. Depends on what you like. You can use chicken legs. You can use whatever part of chicken that you like. I'm going to whip this up just a little bit. Hate wasting anything. How's everything, Tiffany? How's Michael? Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to stir this before I put anything else in. This just makes it just thick just a little bit. But I'll put something in, a little bit of cornstarch in it in a little while. I should have brought that down too, and I didn't. I'll put some cornstarch in just a little while. Now, okay, before we put the macaroni in, I'm glad he's good. I'm glad you're good too. I'm glad you're relaxing. I'm going to put it, and I'm going to eyeball this. So I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Okay. I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of garlic salt. Now you can use some fresh garlic. I just didn't feel like pulling it out the refrigerator. This is a lazy woman's cook today. But my knees doing a lot better. So I'm sorry. And I should have had it on there so everybody could go to her page Friday. And she made the nuggets. When I came home, I tuned in. She made the nuggets. Half a teaspoon of pepper. I have Southwestern seasoning. So this is by Pampered Chef, by the way. I'll do some Pampered Chef stuff later when I feel better. And I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of this. Okay, now Got 2 more. I have some basil leaves, half a teaspoon of that. And a half a teaspoon of the cilantro leaves. Oh, this is the new one. I got to open this one. I love opening these. You know that, right? But they looked at my knee. They x-rayed it. It's full of arthritis. They said I still have to get an ultrasound for it. So I'll probably go because I got to go to the dentist Tuesday. So that's the cilantro. Okay. I'm going to stir it up again. Okay, now, I'm going to pour in the noodles. Okay, I'm going to add the salt and pepper. And these are the cheeses that I'm going to use. I'm going to use Asiago cheese. And this is shredded and triple cheese by Kraft. So it has yellow cheese, Vermont white, triple cheese. Now this is the pepper. I'm still having a little problem with my leg, but hey, life goes on. Okay, and then this is the salt. I have to put some more salt in this. All right, and then I'm going to stir it. I'm not going to put the cheese in yet, though. I'll talk a little bit. Okay. So we're going to let this cook for a little while. Now, what I did in the beginning, I'm going to turn my computer back around. So I'm going around and then I'll turn it around. Within 1 minute. Okay. This may make a little bit of noise. I'm sorry about that. What I did, hey, she spins, how are you? Is in the one pot, the first thing I did was I boiled the macaroni or the shells. So they were talking that, hey, Bobs, how are you? What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm sorry about that. I haven't been feeling so good. And like I said, we were supposed to do a whole thing with I Bring It Friday night. And she was worried. She was worried. She was right. My knee swelled up. I looked like a lineman for the Green Bay Packers, and my knee was like 2 footballs long. So it's down and everything like that. I'm still walking, but it's arthritis. But I have to see. This is what it is. I have to do more exercise. I'll walk, but I have to exercise it, and I think about it all the time. But thinking about it and doing it are one other thing. But anyway, back to the meal. So when I boil the macaroni or the shells, I drain them and I put them in a bowl. Then I put the chicken in, and I let that saute. I didn't cut up any onions, didn't cut up any peppers, because I just wanted to be the chicken, the broth. It's got in chicken broth, the broth, and then the macaroni, the peas, and the cheese. And that's what we're having for today. Lazy man's meal, but a good meal. And like I said, I'm going to have it in my cookbook. If you can make alterations. You can look in your refrigerator and go, well, this is left over and this is left over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my garbage soup. We don't have the room, so I don't cook like I usually do. Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, it's arthritis, and anybody that has it knows it'll flare up. But it just does. So, I cook, and I don't cook like I did when I was at the house. And so we're not even knowing that we're going into the house until now next month. So I don't even want to talk about it. I'm ready to go home. I love this. Like I said, don't get me wrong. And I'm so thankful, but I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a new kitchen. They're coming in next week, I think. I got to call them first, but yeah. Hey, I Bring It. I was just apologizing to everybody because I didn't finish what I was going to do, but we'll do it again, I Bring It. But I do feel better. What's up, I Bring It? So again, in one pot, you are going to boil your macaroni, and it's macaroni of your choice. It can be macaroni, it can be penne. I use the little shells because I have them. And I could go over because I have them in the jar, but I had some in the bag, and I said, I'm going to use these, so those are the little shells, and they're really cute. And then I boiled them. I took them out, put them in a bowl. I strained them and put them in a bowl. Then I did my chicken. I took 4 chicken thighs. Okay, you can use chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast. You can use chicken that's already cooked. Okay, because it's just a simple meal. It's just a wholesome meal that when you don't feel like cooking, it looks like you cooked. Hey, Ola Joe, how you doing? How you doing? I'm glad to see you. And, so the thing about cooking is I found you can cook all those big dinners and stuff like that. It takes a lot out of you. I don't care how old you are. Okay? Like a Thanksgiving dinner or an Easter dinner or a Christmas dinner, it takes a lot out of you. So what I have tried to do, and that's why I'm writing this cookbook, is to make things easy, especially for those people that work. That come home that want to host a meal, that don't want, like a frozen meal or McDonald's meal or something like that. McDonald's first opened up when I was a teenager. It was pretty good. Now, not so good. So, a lot of people are getting back, okay, what do I cook for my kid? And a lot of people are doing, meal planning and meal prepping and putting them in the freezer and stuff like that. And I would probably do that, except that I don't have any kids anymore. And when they started all that, my kids were grown and doing their own meals. So I cook for him and I. And maybe if company comes or stuff like that, he has a friend and I send him some food sometime. But maybe if company comes or something like that, then I'll cook for them. But usually my friends all bring something and I just cook, whatever they ask me to cook. How's everybody doing, by the way? So tonight, I had scheduled for knitting, but I'm going to take that down and I'm going to put it to next weekend because I can't do two things at one time today. Even though it's not till 8 o'clock, I still can't do it. I think I'll probably be asleep because they also gave me some medication for the knee. And she spins, how you doing? What's happening with you? So again, then I put a can of peas in it. You can put a can of anything you want. Or like I said, if you've got leftover vegetables in the refrigerator, pull them out, put them in. Okay. And then just let it cook. Let it cook slowly. Till all of the stuff is kind of congealed together. Then we're going to put in the cheese. So that's why I'm talking. I'm just holding on for a little while and everything. And it's sort of like, well, see, one of my friends said when I made the cabbage, she's like, well, all right, but we need more broth. So my husband likes broth and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's not one of those tightly fit ones. It's kind of like a broth type of situation. So you could call it a soup or you could just call it a meal. Because at this particular point in time in everybody's life, we need some broth anyway, some good chicken broth. Because listen, it snowed here. The whole place was covered with snow. It looked like winter wonderland. Not a drop of snow now because it's been raining for 3 days. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not going to ask God because he knows. That's his business. He does what he wants to do. So anyway, I am going to go and do, not this month, but the end of next month, the dollar store challenge, where everybody buys something from the dollar store and cooks. But beware. Please read. I bring it. Kelly, put it in here. Okay, please read the back of the package. Make sure that if you can't understand what it's like, what it's saying, don't buy it. We're just having a challenge. We're having fun. We don't want anybody sick. And please make sure that it's not on the list of things for the USDA. Make it something simple. You can make a soup. You can make a pizza. That might be good. We might make a pizza. You know what I mean? But just make sure that you read everything. And we're waiting another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go over, turn you back around, and go over and put the cheese in. All right. So, you laughing now, Kelly? So I go on the US, because I usually do anyway, and I've been just not vigilant like I should because I've been, so busy just trying to make sure that everything is where it is and trying to find things that I'm missing and, that whole thing. So that when I go home, I think for about a month, it's going to be complete chaos. Well, no, because everything is going to be marked. We're doing that now, but just putting everything up and everything like that and getting back to again, hopefully. But anyway, you know what I mean? So, I'm looking at you hurt me. You hurt me to the core when you talked about my oatmeal bars. But like I said, Dana woke me up and said I need to be making them. And I know how to make them. I make granola every now and then. But see, nobody eats it but me. But the bars I keep in my room. Got a little basket up there and a little refrigerator and stuff like that. And when I don't feel like coming down for breakfast, I have a bar. I also have, a protein drink, for my whatever. But I threw all those bars away. And then I gave them to the birds. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, now if it's going to be bad for us, could it be bad for the birds? But it was too late. Now they were down and gone. They looked at me, said, thank you. Now they're heading. Off they went. I have a love affair with these birds out here. Always have. I give them leftover toast. I give them all kinds of things. But out back here, we also have deer. Now back behind where I was in like city proper, but if you want to call it, a itty bitty trying to be a city. Okay. I was on the main street. And then behind me was, my yard, and then the road that people drove down because it was a one-way road, and then the water. Right here is nothing but field and water. I'm gonna have to take the camera out there and show you before I leave. So anybody got any ideas? Anybody cooking? Anybody want to tell me anything? Tiffany, what you cooking? Ola Joe, what you cooking? I bring it, what you cooking? Kelly, what you cooking? I don't know why I came on YouTube instead of using StreamYard, but that's okay. So tell me what you all are cooking and what you're planning on cooking. You having some pasta? That's nice. Ooh, I'm coming. Let me see. Let me call the airport now because I'm coming. I love lo mein. You're not sure? Yeah, you get like that. Sometimes you're just not sure. Lo mein. Be back. Okay, I have to make some arrangements for the airport. I love lo mein. I've only made it once and it came out pretty good, but I haven't made it since for some reason. I might make, yeah, I know. I would laugh, Tiffy, because I'm not coming. I wish I could. Listen, if my feet keep swelling up and I can't fly, now my knees swelling up, So then they were talking about, let me tell you. So let me ask you all this. Does anybody here go to the gym actually? Because I have my own little exercise things at home. I have my little exercise bike. I exercise and everything at home. But does anybody here go to the gym? Because I've tried to do it. And let me tell you what bothers me. Okay, and it's only because since I had the stroke, I can smell things a mile away. You know what I mean? I can't hear. I've never could hear out of this ear, the right ear. Okay, I can't see. Obviously, I got glasses. I mean, I can see, but I need glasses to see. They're held at the beach. Okay, but that's a different type of a situation because you're outdoors. We used to do yoga years ago outdoors, and I loved it. But since I had the stroke, there's things I don't like. I don't like being around a crowd of people that I don't know. When you go to the gym, and I was trying to tell my daughter this, and then she said, well, yeah, I guess you're right. You smell, you probably don't smell anything, but I do because that's my heightened sense and everything. So I smell the chlorophyll that they put in the water. I smell all kinds of things, okay? And it gives me a headache. And then I don't like if I don't know them, you know what I mean? I don't like to be around that crowd. All right. And I just got like this when I didn't just get like this. I've had the stroke, I had the stroke 10 years ago, but I've had other things happen. So no. So she's trying to tell me, well, why don't you join the gym? And I looked at her like she had two heads. Let's see. Ooh, excuse me. But I needed that. This is citrus twist from Aldi's. But I looked at her like she had two heads. I'm like, that's okay. I'm not going. But why? Well, anyway, she wasn't my doctor. My doctor that I go to all the time. She was at urgent care, and I have not. I haven't been to anywhere emergency in like years. I mean, years. So when I got there, I was like shocked because this was a place that I've gone to for years. And it was actually Newark Emergency. Then they changed it to Newark Urgent Care because everything's in urgent care now. So then she said, well, we don't have an ultrasound thing, but we do have x-ray. So we'll take an x-ray of the knee. And then she's saying it's all covered with arthritis, no fooling. So I got my heating pad out when I came home and I put it on there and stuff like that. It's just what it is. I don't know. I'll find something to do with it. So I think I'm going to turn you all around so you can see what I'm doing next. Okay, so just bear with me. We'll get there. I hope. Okay, so this has come to like a sort of a center. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit more. I've got to get the and I've got the cornstarch. Let me pull this up just a little bit. Let me see if there's anybody I need to speak to. Hey, how you doing? You arts and crafts? What's happening? Hola. We were just talking about me working out and stuff like that. I'm not doing it. I mean, I'm going to work out at home. This is it right here. That was a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. I'm going to stir that in. And then I'll put the cheese in. So I was just making sure that the cornstarch dissolved. And it looks like it did. Here's one piece right here. Now the cornstarch is so that it'll make it thick. All right. So I'm going to put in the Asiago cheese. You can put in any kind of cheese you want. Okay. I throw things as a trash as I go along. Okay. Now, that's cheese. Again, this is the triple cheddar. And this is the crab. Now, what I'm going to do, hopefully, within the next few weeks, if we're still going to be here, if we're going to be back at the other house, and fine, either way, I'm going to start showing you how to make cheese. Very easy. All right, then you mix this cheese in. Turn it down just a little bit. Let it cook for maybe another 15, 20 minutes, and then you turn it up, put the top on, and let it sit for a minute. Okay, so we're going to go over this again. I hope this doesn't make too much noise. Okay, so these are 1-pot meals that I'm trying to do. I'm putting them in my cookbook. This is a very easy 1-pot meal. And again, I use chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast. I use 4. You can use chicken breast. You can use chicken legs, any part of the chicken you want. They were, first I boiled the macaroni, which I did was pasta shells. You can use any kind of pasta you want, okay? Once I boiled the macaroni in that 1 pot, I poured out the water, poured it into a bowl, and let it sit. Then I sauteed the chicken until it was not bleeding and things like that, you know. And then after that, I put in the chicken broth, okay? And I let it cook for about half an hour slowly, very slowly. Then I put in the peas and the cream of chicken soup. You can use cream of mushroom soup. You can use cream of celery soup. You know what I'm saying? And then I put in the peas, the cream of mushroom soup. I put the pasta in after I let the peas and everything cook for a little while. Then I put the pasta back in. And then I put all of the seasonings in. Put the seasonings that you like. I put in cilantro and basil and all that other kind of stuff. Everybody's seasoning choices are different. All right. And then I just put in the cheese and a half a teaspoon of cornstarch to make it kind of thick so it isn't soupy, you know, because it isn't a soup. And that's what I made. So if you like it, like, share, and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. I will not come back, but I'll show you a picture of it. I'll get a picture and put it in my shorts when it's done. You know, so if anybody got any questions or anything like that before I go, thank you for coming by. Maritzi? No. You're in the crafts. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming by, Ola Joe. Thank you for coming by, I Bring It. Thank you for coming, Tiffany. Rocking with me all the time, you and Michael, okay? Thank you for coming by, Mobs. Glad to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad to see you. You know, Ola Joe, take care of yourself. How you feeling, Ola Joe? By the way, you feeling any better? Let me know. All right. That's good. That is so good. All right. Well, take care of yourself, everybody. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Hold your family close. And I will take a picture of this in the pot once it's done and put it on, you know, my YouTube channel for my shorts. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to eat. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going back to bed and get off my, well, I'm not on it really, but you know what I mean? Rest my leg and everything like that, because I got to go to the dentist and the doctors tomorrow. Tomorrow I go to the doctor. Tuesday I go to the dentist. Wish me well. Love you all.